The periscopic camera of the phone uses a number of lenses located perpendicular to the plane of the phone, which allow light to penetrate from the lens, reflect from the prism and hit the sensor. As a result, we get an optical approximation of the picture. This technology has been used by Android flagships for a long time, and the first flagship of Apple with this technology should be the iPhone 15 Pro Max of this year, if all rumors about it are confirmed. It turns out that the optical zoom will increase from 3x to 6x on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. This is what will help the iPhone finally compete with the 30x zoom of Samsung Ultra. True, the latest periscopic zoom reaches 10x optical zoom, but we all know that in such things software does not play the last role, so let's see. However, according to the Insider Digital chart station, Apple is not going to stop at the 6x zoom. With the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which should be released in 2024, be prepared for huge improvements. In his message on Weibo, it is said that the iPhone 16 Pro Max will have a periscope ultra telephoto, which probably means something like a super periscopic telephoto lens. This technology will give the iPhone 16 Pro Max camera a huge focal length of as much as 300mm, compared to 77mm on current iPhone models. A focal length of 300mm, although at the moment this is just an assumption, will exceed a focal length of 230mm on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra and a focal length of 120mm on the Pixel 7 Pro. But of course, by the time the iPhone 16 Pro Max is released, the competitors' zooms will not stand still. Meanwhile, we can see that some Android phones, first of all, of course, the Galaxy S24 Ultra, will get a focal length of more than 300mm in the periscope camera. But before you start postponing your plans to buy the iPhone 15 Pro Max and wait for the first iPhone with a really long-range zoom in 2024, there is also a possibility that Digital Chat Station is wrong. Therefore, I would not recommend looking so far, everything can still change. In addition, the same source claims that the main camera of the iPhone 16 Pro Max will have a 12% larger sensor, the size of 1 to 1.14 inches, compared to the iPhone 14 Pro Max 1 and 1.28 inches. It is expected that the iPhone 15 Pro Max will remain at the hardware level of its predecessor. Another source claims that the iPhone 16 Pro Max display will increase to 6.9 inches. According to industry insider Ross Young, who has a good list, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will approach the cherished limits of a 7-inch display with a 6.86-inch screen, which will probably be positioned as 6.9-inch. In addition, it is expected that the iPhone 16 Pro model will also receive an increased display up to 6.27 inches. According to the report, there will be no promotion on the younger models, they will still support funny 60 Hz. Supposedly, at 120 Hz, Apple will be generous for all models, only the iPhone 17 series. Yes, Apple knows that if they put 120 Hz on the base model, many buyers will choose them, instead of buying more expensive models. This means that there will be less profit. They have been playing this game for many years, they are masters in it. But still, what about the iPhone 15 camera, which is already very close to the release? Well, that's all we know at the moment. Keep in mind that, so far these are all rumors, so some of the most interesting things may not be true. And vice versa, Apple can surprise us with something else that has not yet leaked. So, judging by all the rumors, the iPhone 15 series will probably have two main changes. The first is related to the main camera on the less expensive iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus, which, as they say, will get the same main camera at 48 megapixels as the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max, which debuted last year. If the new non-Pro iPhones really get this update, it will mean a significant jump in quality, both in bright conditions with a large amount of light and in darker scenarios. Despite the fact that the phones will probably use pixel binning, where several pixels are used as one for shooting at 12 megapixels, as the iPhone 14 Pro does, the images should still have a little better detail. However, even if the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus get a new 48 megapixel sensor, there is a good chance that the ProRAW format will remain an exclusive feature of the Pro. On the other hand, another advantage, which was almost certainly available with the 48 megapixel camera, is the ability to frame on sensors and achieve 2x magnification without loss. In other words, you will get 2x magnification without visible loss of image quality as with digital magnification. This would also mean more beautiful portrait photos, since the iPhone, of course, would be more blurred. The second upgrade, which is also, if not more advertised, is a new telephoto lens with a periscope, capable of 5x and 6x zoom on the most premium member of the iPhone 15 and 15 Pro Max series. Yes, only the Pro Max can get this improved telephoto lens, and the usual iPhone 15 Pro will remain with a 3x telephoto lens, as in last year. And besides, unlike its competitor Samsung, the iPhone 15 Pro Max will not be equipped with a regular lens and a plus camera with a periscope. That is, it will not have two telephoto lenses. There will be only one 5x or 6x zoom. As in previous generations, the iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus will most likely have two rear cameras. One will be the main wide angle, and the other will be the ultra-wide angle. On the other hand, the iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max get an additional telephoto lens. The one in the usual Pro has a 3x zoom, and the one in the Pro Max, as I said, has a 6x zoom. In general, Apple is slowly going to enter the territory of Androids with their long-range zooms. It will be interesting to look at this. The competition is intensifying, and in any case, we are the users of both Androids and Apple. Friends, thank you for watching this video. I hope it was interesting. Good luck to everyone.
Удачи!